All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Deconversion Stories. Today, I'm talking with my friend Meghan, the atheist, Meghan the Artist,
well,
who
yeah.
also happens to be an atheist.
Yes.
And she is going to share her deconversion with us today. Also, I want to give you guys a heads up. Stay away from using emojis and emoticon type stuff on YouTube, because apparently I saw a video of a guy who's got like 24 million subscribers, and he says that many channels have been suspended due to it for whatever reason. And I think YouTube doesn't realize that their automated algorithm stuff is doing this. So apparently there's a lot of larger YouTubers, like we're talking millions of subs, that are going to be getting in on this, trying to get them to put an end to that, because they don't really do anything to hurt anyone. So we're not entirely sure why this is happening. But anyways, it's just a heads up. And also, guys, I do have some links of Meghan's down in the description box below. She's a graphic designer, and she's already actually kind of volunteered to help me out with my Patreon headlining banner that I just stuck something there that I hadn't have, that I made myself, but I'm a terrible graphic artist. So it's just a bunch of shit posted together and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. Which reminds me, there's a link to my new Patreon, as you probably can see down below as well. And also my wish list and my PayPal me, if you want to do a one-time donation. Every little bit helps. And also I have a Discord, and for some stupid reason, I forgot to put the link to that in there, but I will fix that after the fact. And and there's a bunch of other links there for people that are freshly deconverted and are having some problems. And I've also now started including Journey Free, I think is the name of the place. The last lady that I had an interview where she does those getaways to talk with people and help them out. Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, the comments section apparently counts too if you dump emojis in there, but most of the time people don't in the comment section. It's usually just during the live stream. So just be careful. That's all I can tell you. Anyways, Meghan, you know what I do here. I talk to people about how and why they walked away from religious beliefs and the journey of that to where they are now, being an activist or a helper of other activists, or whatever the case may be. So why don't you take us on that journey? And like I said earlier, expect me to jump in with stupid shit.
Oh, I love questions. It's
all right.
Really fun for me to answer them. Kind of gives me a good challenge.
Also, guys, if you do have questions, post them in there, but tag me in them so I can see them, because I do have the chat up. And you can also do that, Meghan. If you look up to the right of your screen, there should be one that says comment section or something, I think. Yeah. So you can pay attention to it as well. And all right, so let's get into it.
Let's go. Let's get into it. So I was raised Roman Catholic. Oh, yes. Cheers. Tonight I am drinking my favorite, which is called Maid Marian. It's a blackberry cider. It's very good.
Nice.
Mostly in Oregon, so if you happen to find it, get it.
We're almost neighbors.
Yeah, I hail.
They're separating us as Washington State.
I know, but that's okay. I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm happily married. I actually married an atheist, and I love him dearly. He kind of indirectly helped me along with my deconversion. When we actually started getting together, I was still sort of a deist, sort of in that kind of weird situation. But I was raised Roman Catholic, so that was my Christian faith flavor. And my folks were very, very Catholic. Went to mass every Sunday at 8:30 in the morning, and I hated it. Yeah.
Inquisitive Quandary has a quick question. He wants to know if you're okay with him plugging her husband's merch store.
Feel free. He does this little side gig doing motorcycle gear, and it's called Damage, and it's really cool. He does
look at some of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like some of his stuff. I'm not wearing any of it. I should have, but didn't think of it. But yeah, I'd rather wear my own stuff. But actually, this is a techno artist that I really enjoy.
Well, I got Rat Fink on. That's close enough.
Oh, Rat Fink. That's rad. Anyway, so I grew up Roman Catholic, and I always felt kind of like an oddball. I was really, really, really shy. So this is actually making my palms sweat pretty good. But anyhow, I didn't really feel like I fit in. Yeah, I went to retreats, did all those Catholic things, and I just didn't really feel like I was a part of it. But, I was a kid. What are you going to do? I was a middle kid of 5. I was also, like I said, very shy. All my siblings are extroverts. Guess who's the introvert?
You?
Yep, me.
Pine Snake wants to know if the shop that your husband runs, the merch store, ships it internationally. Yeah.
I think so. You'd have to ask.
He's over in England, so.
Yeah. He loves to send stickers. So if you send him an email, he'll send you a sticker, and you can put it on your gear and take a picture and send it back. Yeah, he loves that kind of interaction. Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like that's such a great organic way of getting an audience in your stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And Duke, I have no idea what you're saying there. Whizzles, dizzles, nozzles. I don't know what that is.
I have no idea what's the best way to peel a banana. That's funny. Yeah, middle child syndrome, definitely. I was the artist in the family, and my folks really didn't know how to approach that.
Marcia.
Yeah, kind of. I was also the introvert, so they really didn't know how to handle that. And all my siblings are completely loud and obnoxious, and I just sit in the corner and watch. They'd be like, "You need to interact more, Meg." And I'm like, "No." So I went away for school because I wanted to get out. Funny enough, and I ended up at a school in Illinois that was a non-denominational Christian college or university. They really didn't have a religion. Like, it wasn't founded on a religion, which is really cool, actually, when I think about it. So I feel like it might have had a part in my deconversion, because when I went there, I didn't go to mass. I didn't go to church. I had no interest in religion. I went and learned graphic design, and that was my passion. And the school I went to is called Bradley University. Yeah. And it was founded by a woman in the 1800s.
And her name was Bradley?
Her name was Lydia Moss Bradley. And
okay.
Yeah, she started it as a watchmaker college. So a pyrotechnic, technic. I can't remember the word.
Pyrotechnic.
I'm nervous. Death by 1,000 cuts. And so I graduated, and it was super fun. And then I moved home, and I was then put back into like the whole Catholic thing, going to mass. And because I was a boomerang kid, where I basically moved home because I couldn't find a job, I was under their rules again. So fast forward, I end up, finding work, and I move out again. Don't go back. I don't go to mass whenever I move out. I moved back in because during 2001-ish, it was kind of hard to find jobs. That whole unfortunate event that happened in New York City was kind of a detriment.
Right.
And as an artist, it's generally one of the first positions to be let go, because it's not seen as necessary. So I was a victim of that. Yeah, it was not fun. So I moved back home, and I'm under their rules again at the age of like 30. And yeah, now I love my parents dearly. They don't know I'm an atheist, but I don't have, they helped me. They really did. But I just have problems with the religion and them. Polytechnic. Thank you, Pine Snake. That was great.
Mark
I don't
had a question for you too when you want to get to that one.
I started to bloom when I was free of my siblings. That's an interesting idea. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if because of my very loud siblings who are much more extroverted, that they had a bit of a I don't know how to put it.
Well, all I can say is, just talking with you now, I would never have guessed you were an introvert. Because you don't
It's all
come across.
masks. It's all a
Oh.
mask. Oh, you have no
Uh-oh.
idea how like I'm like a little shaky, like below here.
Well, you're in good company.
Oh, I know.
Everyone in the
you guys
chat,
are,
they're
yeah,
good
you're totally. I'm having a great time, and I have a couple beers waiting for me to finish up too. So,
people. Me too. Me too.
oh, I wish I had a cooler in my. Oh, I don't have a cooler. Oh, that would have been a smart idea.
Well, the beer fridge wouldn't fit, so
I'm tempted to get a little fridge in here. Actually, I used to freelance, and then I found a really great job. And so occasionally when I was having a kind of a rough day, I would hop on that bed and take a nap at like 1. It was great. Freelancing was great, except I got tired of the hustle.
like how Duke says he's an introvert. I'm like, yeah, no.
Well, a lot of introverts have like masks that they wear. And I'm definitely one of those. It's funny. I do a very kind of a competitive sport nowadays, where I'm on a team and it's on a boat. I don't know if anybody's familiar with dragon boat racing, but that's pretty much my.
Oh yeah, we got it going on here.
I'm going to probably be up in your area this next season. I think my team is going to go up there, so we'll have to we'll chat, and I'll let you know when we go up there.
Yeah, we'll get together, have a couple beers or something.
Oh, absolutely, that would be fun. Yeah, but yeah, it's you're on a big, huge team, but it's a very personal sport. Like you're very into yourself and how you're doing. So, yeah, I had practice this morning. It was great. It was 44 degrees outside. Oh, cold. Yes, I'm a stupid American, so it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, no. No, you're one of the better Americans. Trust me.
Anyway, so
Pikachu had a quick question though before you continue. He wants to know how your family felt about you not going to church.
I don't think they really know, and I think it's probably one of those don't ask, don't tell sort of things.
Right.
So
it's like one of them situations where you're at a party, don't bring up politics or religion.
Right. I'm pretty sure they know, but I think they're kind of afraid to ask because I don't think they're going to like the answer. But my husband's an out atheist. I'm not really. And
I think people might figure that you would be because you married one that's
and he's pretty like when we first started dating, I was like, kind of still Catholic, and I was like, let's go to mass. He's like, no.
That's what it'd have been like, have fun.
You can go by yourself, have fun. I'm gonna sleep in on Sundays. So and I'm like, okay. So
I miss being able to sleep in on Sundays.
I love sleeping in on Sundays.
Except I get up at 4 a.m. every day, so it's hard to make it past like 7.
Yeah, me too. I actually try and get up at 4:45 to get to work during the week. So
wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar. If anyone's familiar with Portland traffic, I drive or commute from North Portland to Beaverton, which in the morning it takes 20 minutes. On the way home, it's an hour and a half. So yeah, that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like to drive to work. I usually
takes me 12 minutes to get to work. Mind you, there's nobody on the road. But.
Yeah. But so when I finally moved, so I can't remember, where did I leave off?
You finally moved back with your parents.
I moved back in with my parents after like 9/11 happened, and I ended up, because I couldn't find any work as a graphic designer, I started working at the Apple store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be nice to Apple employees, guys. If you ever go in there, it's as horrible as it is for customers. It actually is double or triple or quadruple for the employees that work there. And that's coming from experience. It's super duper hard as an introvert and somebody who's super shy to be in that kind of situation. Anyway, so that's how I met my husband. Is I found this guy. I thought he was super cute. He's not generally who I would probably think I'd end up with, but we ended up being friends, and then things started kind of snowballing a little bit, and we ended up buying a house together, and I had found out, like, I knew he was non-religious and he liked to kind of make fun of the Christians that worked at the store, which is kind of funny, that I always got a kick out of. Some of them were evangelical, so like some of the things he would say were like fairly satanic, and I was like, oh, that's so good, because as a Catholic, you kind of about this stuff, like it's part of the dogma. And I mean, when you go to Easter Vigil, there's a whole section on exorcism. I mean, it's not like it's not there. So I always got a kick out of that. And at this point, I was kind of like, kind of questioning. I wasn't really, a lot of this is really fuzzy because I really wasn't paying attention to it. And like where I was with deconverting.
What was it that started making you question, if you don't mind me asking?
I started listening to Radiolab. I don't know if you're familiar with that podcast. It's all about science, and it's absolutely wonderful. I definitely recommend it. There was a part of it, I think it was in the space episode from like 2006 or 2005. And they had Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said, we are a speck on a speck on a speck on a speck in the grand scheme of things in the universe. And that in my mind was like, okay, how are we so special? We're really not that special.
Nope.
And there are probably countless systems out there that have some sort of life. More than likely, they'll be insects. They may look like insects. And so I started kind of like going, well, okay, yeah, we're definitely not special. The universe doesn't owe me a thing. Like, nope. You
know what? Your universe doesn't owe us anything because we're here. Right? So we already got our prize. Now, the best thing to do is live your life to the best that you can, because really it's the only one we know we have. So
yes, exactly. And so I was listening to all these scientific podcasts, and I was working at the time still as a customer service agent. Like I think I'd moved on from Apple. I'd gone back to school and wanted something a little more less brain crazy, awful. Oh, I seriously would come home from working at the Apple store and just fall asleep. It's absolutely dangerous. I have lots of friends that have left that place and have ended up with medical problems because of it. So, like I said, oh yeah, I fortunately am unscathed. Funny enough.
Good.
I went to the doctor recently, and they were like, "Yeah, you're fine." Like, I need to lose weight, right? And they're like, "Yeah, everyone does." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, me too.
I could stand to lose some weight, but my husband did not get out of there unscathed. He ended up having type 2 diabetes, crazy, like blood pressure issues, things like that. So
wow. Is he on medication for that?
Oh, yeah, he's fine. Like, he probably hates the fact I'm talking about this.
You know what?
I love him too much.
It makes him more real, right? It makes him a real person, because we all have.
I occasionally I'll think about how like he's likely to leave his mortal coil before me, and I'm like, I know why people die so quickly between, like, so the husband will die and then the wife will, like, within a month. Like, I can see that happening.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But anyway, he's fine. He's doing what he needs to. He's amazing. I'm getting kind of like, I love him so much. We've been together since 2009, so we've been together for a while.
You still feel that same
like,
in the stomach and all that? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I wish I could find someone like that.
You're so handsome. Gosh, I can't believe you haven't yet.
Well, thank you. Well, I tried numerous times. Well, I'm gonna say I was quite the dog in my youth, but
we weren't real though.
Luckily enough, though, I remain friends with many of the women that I've dated. I'm actually living with one of my exes from like 1987, right?
Nice. Yeah, I'm friends with my exes too, and I got to see like their wedding photos and their kids, and I'm like, I interact with their kids sometimes. It's like amazing to see it's just cool. Like I don't have any ill will against any of the guys that I've had relationships with.
It just didn't work, right? So you live and you learn.
It's part of life.
Shake hands, hug.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If he and his wife and his kids came out to visit, I would be like, oh my gosh. It would be super fun. He's also a designer, so it makes sense that we had a small relationship.
Casey says hello.
Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining us.
His name's Randy, actually, but yeah. Yeah, we've got my favorite number of viewers right now. Don't worry, it'll pick up. We're at 13.
Woo! It is not an unlucky number. It's actually quite lucky.
It's always been my number when I played sports. So.
Oh, really? Nice. Then he was boyfriend, and I bought a house, and we presented this to my parents because at the time I was still living with them while husband and I were in the process of buying a house.
Yeah.
And I decided, okay, I'm super nervous about this because parents are Catholic. They don't really see this as a long-term sort of deal, even though we're buying a house, 30-year mortgage, that sort of deal. So I plied my mother with wine. I'm like, here, Mom, have some wine. And my dad was like, this makes so much economical sense and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, Dad. So
want to chip in?
Chip in, Dad.
Yeah.
So eventually we do move out. My mom starts to get a little, I hate to say that she was angry and depressed. And she put a lot of that anger on me because I was the only unmarried child of hers. And like I said, I love my mother. I love my father dearly. And actually, I don't call them mother and father. I call them mom and dad. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I think we all do that. But I get where she's coming. You know, being staunch Catholic.
She was.
They want kids. They want grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they've got plenty. I don't think they need to have. I don't think we're going to have kids, but we might. I don't know. I'm older now. I'm in my 40s, so it probably should happen soon. But,
oh, you're still a puppy.
Oh, I am. My age is the answer to the ultimate question.
Oh, 42. Mm-hmm. Life, the universe, and everything else.
That's right. I love that.
Oh yeah, great series or great book.
I need to actually sit down and read it. I've only seen the movie. I know. Sorry.
Sorry. Does not represent the book very well at all.
I liked it because of Alan Rickman.
Yes. Like, playing the robot. Mm-hmm. The depressed. That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sad he's gone, but.
Yeah, me too.
Cheers.
Yeah, one for Alan.
Yeah,
he also totally made Galaxy Quest too. So.
He really did. I have to actually watch that movie again.
And of course, he was great in the Harry Potter series.
Oh, Snape! Oh, he was basically made for that movie. He was made for that character.
And of course, the original Die Hard too.
Oh, that's right. Oh, he was in Robin Hood.
Yeah,
Men in Tights, which is the better.
No, the other one.
But the other one. And yes, you're right. Stephen Fry is the narrator, and I love Stephen Fry. I just watched V for Vendetta on the 5th because you need to do that. Yeah, and he was.
You can't hang out with us until you do.
Yeah, right. So at the time, my mom at the time was going through some major horrible shit at her job. Oh, can I swear? Is it okay if I swear?
Fuck, I don't care.
She was winding down out of her job, and she was on her way to retirement. And she worked for a surgeon, but the wife of the surgeon really hated her. And so it was kind of a projection sort of deal. Like, she would project that angst and anger onto me because I was the meek one and couldn't really stand up for myself at the time and had a hard time with confrontation. Right. And I remember once I we were having an argument, and I said, okay, we need to both step away for a little while and go to our corners and come back. And she wouldn't let me. She actually followed me. It was really rough. Anyhow, so I feel like her anger and almost resentment towards myself kind of helped me along with my deconversion, because I was like, if that's what it's like to be an older woman as a Catholic, I don't want to be that.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah. So I move in with my husband, and he's an out atheist, and we have this house, and occasionally we'd have times where we'd visit with my parents, and a lot of times when I would have a phone call with her, I'd be crying at the end. Yeah, so fun. At this point, I'm probably in the deist area, kind of, again, not really paying attention to what I feel.
Right.
And then I get another job. So I'm out of the Apple store. I'm in something that's a little more kind of conducive to my personality, where I'm actually helping people via online. And I'm on a team of a couple other folks. And there's this one guy named Joshua. Yeah, funny. He's not religious. He was super into biking, got really excited when I bought my first bicycle. And one day I'm at home, and I get a phone call from my team lead. And she's like, Josh is gone. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean by gone? She's like, he passed away in his sleep, and that's why he hasn't been to work. Because we were all very worried about him, because he was very on top of everything. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I was very, very troubled by that. He's super athletic, just amazing. He biked every day. I biked maybe
sounds like my dad.
Biked once a week, and I'm getting fat, because I'm eating everything, I'm drinking everything, I'm having.
You're not eating the bike, are you?
No, I'm not eating that.
There's a French guy
unless
that did
it's made out of candy, then I will probably.
So would I. I would not, my bike wouldn't last long if it was made out of candy. There's a French dude that did that. He cut it up into little tiny pieces and ate an entire bike.
And then there's the show Nailed It. Oh my gosh, I love that show. It's and the Great British Baking Show. Oh, don't kid me. Oh, the caramel one was got me. I ate a whole pint of ice cream that one.
Fuck, man, now I'm hungry. And now you said ice cream. One of my Achilles heels.
Oh, I love ice cream.
Especially if there's chocolate involved.
Yeah, in Portland, yeah. Oh, actually, if you are in Portland, you have to tell me first of all. And we're gonna go to Salt and Straw, because they have.
Okay, I've been there. It's awesome.
My favorite's the Snickerdoodle ice cream. It's cinnamon ice cream with bits of Snickerdoodle cookie in it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's so good.
You're going to wipe up the drool. This is going to require a napkin.
So I'm incredibly distraught at this point. I'm like, what is there? Why was he taken and not me? Like,
right.
That's not fair. I'm not very healthy. I have no idea. At the point, I didn't really go to the doctor or anything, because I was like, I'm young, I'm fine.
Yeah. And we like to fool ourselves, don't we?
Yeah. I was like, I'm not as healthy as he is, and I've come to realize he probably had an enlarged heart, and he passed away peacefully in his sleep. He probably didn't even know. And at that point, I was like, "There's no way there's a God. There's no way, absolutely not." I was a hard atheist at this point. I was like, no, I agree. No. He was taken without warning. I don't even know if he went to the doctor or not. But no. There can't be. And another person on my team at the time was a theologian.
Really?
Yes. And I was explaining how I was really troubled by Joshua's passing, and this person who I thought was my friend used Pascal's wager on me. Yeah. It was awful. Yeah.
Man, I really wish they'd come up with some new shit.
Mm-hmm. So I went to his church's service, and I was still really just angry and upset. And I mean, this was a coworker, and I mean, we got to know each other. He was only a acquaintance, but I still felt like he touched my life in some way. Like, he encouraged me to start bicycling to work, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, I was then back into like that whole deist land, and it just didn't make sense. I had not enough evidence. It didn't feel right. I was still angry. I was like, why did my friend die? Why? Like,
yeah, unnecessarily, apparently, too.
Mm-hmm. He was younger than me. He was in his 20s or late 20s. And I still think about him occasionally because he really did touch my life. As small as that is, but it's sometimes those acquaintances that cross your path that really kind of affect you.
My very first super chat.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. Pine Snake. Before you continue, my very first one, and it's not only that, it's in British pounds.
Oh, so it's a little bit,
which is worth like $2 in Britain. It's
cheers,
like worth
man.
$1 billion here in Canada.
It's gonna be like a couple beers.
I can buy a new car. Yeah, thanks, Pine Snake. I'm glad you're back, man. It's been a while since he's been hanging out in the chats, but he's a busy guy, so it's totally understandable.
So and this is like the low point. And then I started looking around at a couple of YouTube videos. I had discovered Seth Andrews' Satanic Panic, and I giggled at that video.
So good.
I will rewatch it. Like, it's so freaking good.
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times easy.
It's so good. I can't wait to see him like in person give a presentation, because I feel like is kind of the turning point. Sloppy seconds. That's awesome. Sorry. But I started watching all of Seth's wonderful presentations. And I will rewatch them like just because I find them very enlightening and wonderful and hilarious.
Great stuff.
Oh yeah.
Lots of really cool. Lots of great interviews. One of the reasons I started doing this is because some of his earlier interviews were all about deconversions. And I said, fuck, you know what? I can do that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I've been told that him and I both have these soothing voices that tend to make me work. Yeah. And people were commenting that in the chat when I was interviewing Seth for his, right? So it was awesome.
Absolutely. I'm a part of a group that watches his not podcasts but streams when he plays video games. It's just he's just wonderful. I can't wait for the day that I get to give him a hug, because I feel like he really did help me along.
He's awesome. I shook his hand and bought one of his books, the No Sacred Cows, the hardcover version, and he put a nice big autograph, nice to meet you, that kind of thing in there. And
have to. It's hardcover.
You got the hardcover? Oh man, all I got is it's the crappy. Well, it's not crappy.
Yeah,
but it's the soft
I
cover.
plan on bringing this with me.
He'll sign it.
I'll have him sign it. I also want Andrew Seidel to sign the Founding Myth at some point.
Yeah, actually, I just put an order in for his book, and I found it on audiobook, so I've already listened to like the first 7 chapters already.
That's so good.
It's really good.
I'm building my atheist library. It's wonderful.
I got lots and lots. And still growing too.
Oh yeah. I'm still working my way through the God Delusion, but I want to get through Deconversion first, and then I'm going to read the Founding Myth. I really enjoy history, so I really enjoy also Andrew Seidel's like funny tweets from the hate mail that he gets.
Oh yeah. Those are awesome.
He could write a book on that, and I would just I'd buy it in a minute.
I need to get him on here.
Yes, you do. He's amazing. You should. Have you had Dave Warnock on here yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I'll have to watch that one. I met Dave a couple weeks ago up in Seattle. It was amazing.
That's right. He was just up here, and I could have gone down too, but I didn't find out until it was late in the day, right? But the funny thing is, I remember him saying he was going to be up here. I just didn't connect, the dates and all that, right? But he will be in Austin, I believe, at the time of Faithless He might even show up for Faithless Forum. So I've already promised him a great big fucking hug, and we're gonna have a couple of beers.
He and Marie have the best hugs. Like, I didn't want to leave them because I was like,
Marie's awesome.
New friends, and I was, it was an amazing weekend. It was something that got me. Like, I don't usually do that. Like, I don't drive 30 hours to visit with somebody like that I don't know. But yeah, I carped the fucking diem that day and that weekend.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it was absolutely amazing. I think about that weekend like every couple minutes, and just like, wow, it was amazing. I keep saying it was amazing. It's the only word I can think of to like describe how awesome it was.
Incredible, awesome, epicness.
Yeah. I mean, I would have stayed, but it was like 7:00, and it takes me 3 hours to drive home.
Sure, yeah, no doubt.
So I mean,
I think
2.5 hours from Seattle to Portland.
Yeah.
What would Dave do?
The way I drive, it's 45 minutes, but anyways.
Oh, yeah, I know. It was.
I'm like driving the Mach 5 or something.
Yeah, and I had missed Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience, so I just put those on and just drove home.
Yeah.
But so
next year I'm going to be on those fucking shows.
You are. You should.
Wait.
Oh,
you wait.
No.
I'm going to twist Jamie's arm for sure. He'll probably pull me up on. Talk Heathen for sure.
Or Eric. I mean, it is Eric's baby, so it might be.
Oh, I know. But Jamie lets me crash in his garage. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So friend passed away. I get Pascal wagered. I get angry. I have that. I'm in that phase of anger, and I'm like, all right, what am I now? I guess I'm an atheist. Watching Seth Andrews, and then that leads me into like Matt Dillahunty's work, and I
Atheist
find
debates.
No, actually, like his wonderful angry arguments.
Where he reacts to callers and stuff.
Yes, and I'm like, oh, these are good.
Yeah.
I adore Matt. I think he's absolutely wonderful, and I know he's. He has this persona about him that I feel like he's like an introvert, and that's his stage presence.
It is kind of he ramps it up for the show, but Matt's really chill outside of that.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Super cool to hang out with. Yeah, and like you were telling me, you're going to get him some of his favorite. Sorry. Top secret.
Top secret. So when I finally make it to Austin to visit the Free Thought Library, I have a couple gifts that I want to give the people that I feel like have really helped me along.
When I was there, one
newer one that has helped me along too. So
me?
No, well, you. Yeah, I can get you a gift. I'll get you a gift. No, Vila Bianca. I feel like she's amazing, and I have she used to live in Portland, and I wish I knew her when she lived here, because I feel like we would have been friends. But I have something that's Portland specific for her.
For her? Oh, cool. Very
so
cool. I had her on too,
Yeah, I think you had her last week or the week before.
A couple weeks ago. It was the night before my birthday.
Oh, cool.
So it was like a birthday present to myself. having V on. And she was a great guest.
Oh, fantastic. She's amazing. I want to give her a big hug. I'm a hugger, so watch out.
Well, then I expect one.
Awesome. So that's kind of how I discovered the Atheist Experience. That's how I discovered Talk Heathen. I actually like how Talk Heathen is a little more slower paced because they really explore topics more, and I'm kind of starting to understand philosophy a little bit more. There's certain things that I don't quite agree with academic philosophy.
Luckily, it can always change.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what philosophy is all about, right?
Exactly. I know there's some questions about whether or not using agnostic is the appropriate word.
Oh, my goodness.
With an atheist. Yeah, I actually believe that it is the right way because
McCrae's all over that shit.
I know. I'm sorry to bring it up, but I do actually think that.
I tried to raise him better. He calls me dad now.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah. It started from a little sort of.
But
You look like Steve McRae's dad.
I'm
like, okay.
on the in the camp of a colloquial usage.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. I've had 2 beers.
Troth mumbles.
Yeah, of using it as a way of agnostic being of a belief or of knowledge. That's right. And then being atheist as there's not enough evidence for a God. So it's kind of like the same in my mind. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Until you show me something that convinces me, I'm not in the God camp.
That's right. Yeah. Well, although my guilty pleasures are actually watching horrible Christian movies. Like, yeah.
What do you watch, Noah?
I have not yet, but
God awful movies. Oh,
I listened to God awful movies. Those are so great.
Him and Eli and
Eli Bosnick gets me going, but it's Heath Squeaks that get me rolling. Yeah. Like I interact with their Facebook group quite a bit, so I'm technically a top fan, whatever that means. Okay. Anyway.
I'm one of Eric Murphy's top fans, apparently.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to get fucking Noah on the show too, but he never answered my message. Yeah, never did.
I wonder if he's hard to pin down sometimes.
Maybe.
But so I discover Talkie then an atheist experience, and I'm still kind of just like watching it occasionally and not really paying attention to it, and just kind of like just enjoying it when I have a chance to. And then I start to really kind of go, you know what, maybe I should see if I can be a part of this and be a little more of a interaction with it. And at this point, I'm like, okay, what am I? Yeah. I've at this point really accepted the label, and I don't think it's a bad word. I think it's actually quite a beautiful word. I think atheist is a beautiful word. I don't know if anybody has ever seen Donnie Darko, where cellar door is a very beautiful like grouping of word. I actually find agnostic atheist a beautiful string of words.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's me now. And
I personally don't use the agnostic label because I'm one of those people that says, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Gods aren't real. They're all mythologies. Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
What's it called? Hard atheist or soft atheist?
Hard atheist. Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't have enough evidence.
And people tell me, I have a burden of proof. I'm like, that's fine.
No, you don't.
How do you prove something like that then? Right? I'll tell you the way, if the thousands of other gods were suddenly decided that they weren't real, you can chalk this one up into the same fucking category.
You just went one further.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. You just went one further. Yep. So yeah, and then I met Kristen, aka best name ever. Hey Kristen, you should go to bed. Why are you doing awake? So I start like she encourages me completely to step out of my shell. She's the one that encouraged me to drive to Seattle to meet Dave and Marie and Bevan and those wonderful people. She's the one that encourages me to contact people that I wouldn't have normally, like you. She's the one that encourages me to like kind of put away my little introvert mask when it's kind of in the way.
As long as you're comfortable with the group that you're with, you should be fine.
Yeah. Right? So she's definitely helped me kind of step up to some of the plates that the ACA needs. Because, July was a hard month for them. And I wanted to support them as best I could, even though I'm in Oregon and they're in Texas.
Would you become a member?
I have not, because I'm still figuring out my finances. I had also just gotten a new job in April, and I work for a company that is kind of amazing. They don't really care that I'm an atheist. I mean, they haven't really asked either, so it's like, oh well.
That's good.
But they're all about science education.
Then they probably wouldn't care if you were an atheist. Well, I'll tell you what, I can talk to Jamie and get you signed up as a member of ACA if you want.
Sure.
And you can just owe me one. I'll just flip him the cash via e-transfer, and you can just owe me a couple.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Well,
why? I'm all about helping people, and this is something I think you should be a part of. I
seriously earn enough that I could do that, but so yeah, I work for.
It's like $32 or something, so it's not that much.
Not a big deal. But yeah, they make scientific equipment for science teachers and school, and they're purely in the education sector. It's kind of amazing to be a part of that. And yeah, I honestly don't think they care, because I find that a lot of the folks that work there are probably at most deists, probably atheists. I know a couple that are scattered around that are Christian, but they don't ask me. I mean, if they did, I'd probably say, yeah, no, I don't believe in anything. Yeah, or I can't say I don't believe in anything. I'm an atheist.
Let me address something really quick in the chat. Mm-hmm. My friend Randolph just showed up. He's the guy I'll be starting a call-in show that'll be very much like Talk Heathen Atheist Experience.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun. Randolph, the reason why emojis are no-go in YouTube now is because people have had their channel suspended or shut down because of it. And it's canceling channels for using emojis for what we don't know why. YouTube's probably up in the air about it too, because it's their bots or their automated algorithms that have been doing it. So I don't want you guys losing your channels, so don't put emojis in there. You can do what everyone's been doing, is with brackets, heart emoji or smiley emoji or whatever. They've been putting them in brackets, or you can use the old school one, right? If you're going to do a heart, you do one of these ones, right? Hang on a second here.
Sure.
There you go. That's what you do right there. You just do one of those.
Yeah. The old school, like.
Yeah.
What is it? ASCII art.
Yeah. That's right. ASCII. Fuck, I haven't heard that term since we used to call ourselves modemers.
Modemers? Is that a thing?
Was back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh boy. Well, I was barely into computers back then, so they scared me.
I had an Atari 1040 ST.
We had, actually, my folks gave us the old Atari 2100, the one with the wood on it. Mm-hmm. We were trying to figure out how to get that thing to actually connect to a TV.
It was the old panel station wagon version for a computer.
Rad, though. I loved Circus Atari. That was like my favorite. I got Frogger for my birthday once, but then later on, girls don't play video games.
No, yeah, right. Yes, Randolph, there's a link to Megan's graphics in the description below if you want to check them out. She does very professional looking stuff.
Oh, thank you.
She's going to help me with mine for my Patreon, which is awesome.
We're going to get started on that. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. Oh, yeah, Frogger. Oh, I love that game. I wasn't very good at it, but
Frogger was cool.
I got it for my birthday, and then I was told girls don't play video games. So it was kind of like, huh? Okay.
Apparently I had an abacus. Yes, actually I did have an abacus.
Yeah, I play more video games than my husband. So what does that tell you?
I still have my PS3. I haven't upgraded to a 4 yet. But
the 4 is fun. When you do, let me know, because we can play.
Arkham Asylum, man. I love that game.
I'm a Destiny player. I love my Destiny. It's my go-to game when I'm bored or...
I'm also getting the N64 emulator so I can play all my old games like Mario Kart, Battle Tanks.
I have
the Green Soldier guys and all that.
Yeah, I have a Switch that I play on the when I take the transit.
Yep.
So right now I'm playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, Mario Kart. Yeah, on the train.
Nice.
So I start to volunteer my time because I'm blaming Kristen for this. Oh yes, Mass Effect, definitely. Oh, Garrus. Oh yes, he's my boo.
Yeah, you do show notes, don't you?
Yes, I started writing the show notes for when they're submitted to like Spreaker and iTunes and all of that. Mm-hmm. And it's been kind of a struggle because I'm not seeing the same thing they are. So there's kind of, we're working through a couple of things as far as timing for the timestamps, but I'm the one that is actually writing some of the show notes, and I have a tendency to be a little snarky. So that's been kind of fun. Especially when some of those theists call in.
Oh yeah.
So that's been fun. And in between, before kind of volunteering doing that, I actually created with a dev the Talk Heathen bingo card. I'm the one that designed that. And it I still have some work to do on it. It's not mobile friendly yet, but it's going to eventually.
It's not just fine on my phone.
Yeah, on smaller phones it doesn't work so well. Eventually I want to make it so that it's on their website. So I'm kind of trying to get that access. But things like this are kind of a slow moving wagon train. But most recently I have started working with Eric Murphy on some of his outside ACA stuff. So like his speaking and debates and stuff. So I have offered my design services to him for marketing materials like business cards and I think eventually a website, and he's doing a Twitch stream. So I'm going to probably do some of his Twitch element stuff. And yeah, it's been pretty fun.
I forgot to tell, hang on here. I forgot to tell Eric.
I left his Twitch stream. He was still playing when I was like,
oh, is he?
I gotta go. Yeah, he might be done by now, but I don't know.
You should, before we do the after party, give him a buzz and see if he wants to jump in for a bit.
Yeah, maybe we might see if Holy Kool-Aid joins us as well.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean the roommates.
Thomas?
Thomas.
Oh yeah. See,
like,
Thomas was
Eric
a great
Taco.
interview. Thomas is so much fun.
Yeah.
He put on the pumpkin suit during our interview.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, and he was twerking with it and everything.
Oh my gosh, Thomas
so
kills
funny.
me. He's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
I really can't wait to meet all of those folks.
They're all fantastic.
Big, huge hugs. And Eric was super excited to tell me, like, when Faithless Forum comes around, like, Rachel Oates, I'll be able to meet Rachel and give her a big hug. And
is she coming back?
I think so. For whenever Faithless is coming out.
Yay.
I think it's going to be the weekend after the Atheist.
She's a sweetheart.
I can't wait to meet her. I adore her so much.
She's you'll love her. She's awesome.
And
her and I shot the shit for quite a bit.
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably do that. But it's really funny, and I can't wait to meet Steven. Oh,
Rationality Rules.
Yeah,
he's good people too.
I really dig his videos. Like his one on death was just like, so good. Yeah. So good. And I didn't have the best opinion of him for a little while. And I was like, you know what?
Many people didn't.
I need to see what's going on here. And I gave myself opportunity to really kind of like, okay, I am being irrational here.
Well, and so that whole thing, it's been done now for quite some time, but I can understand some people's takes on it. I get it.
Absolutely. No,
I get it.
I can't really relate because I'm not.
Right.
Anyway, I don't want to get into that because it's not the most fun conversation to have.
I know.
But I'm excited to meet him. I think he's a genuine person and he's paid his dues.
I think so.
But it's really funny because I was talking to Eric not long ago, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to come visit Austin at some point, probably after the new year, more than likely during the Faithless Forum. And he was like all concerned because he's going to have a trip to the UK at some point. And he's like, oh, if you visit while I'm in the UK, I'm going to be heartbroken. I'm like, okay, we're gonna coordinate. I'm not gonna do anything about this yet. Yeah, so I thought that was super sweet. But yeah, I'm super excited to meet everyone. I'm excited to meet Kristen. Like, we've chatted. It's been like 6 months now, girl. Gosh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So
Kristen's awesome.
She is. She's also been a big part of me being a little more active. Which I actually really like.
Yeah, well, you should be.
I'm turning red now. I've had a lot of.
Well, we are getting close to the hour. Is there anything else you wanted to throw out there?
Yeah, any atheists out there who are looking to like have a professional designer, hey, hit me up.
Link is in the description below, guys. If you want to see her work, it's there.
Yeah,
and I also have her Twitter there, so you can follow her on Twitter.
I'm all over
send her
the
a
place
message.
on Twitter.
That's okay. That's okay.
I try to keep it pretty on brand, I guess you could call it. But if you're curious about my work, I have a tendency to be very simple, and simple design is really difficult to do. So don't really ask me to do a ton of gradients because I will be like, no.
You know what? I like simplicity, and I like basic stuff. A picture, a couple of words, and maybe another smaller picture with some badges to PayPal or whatever, that kind of thing, and that's it.
Like keeping it very, very cohesive to the look. Like, actually, I really like your logo, and it's funny. It's like something I probably would struggle making, but I feel like it's very much you. And that's
colorful and all over the place.
Oh, I love it. But
I'll save one of these for you.
Oh, please do. I would love it. Oh, I put it on my car. I actually recently put in the circle A on my car. Not that everyone knows what that logo is, but I'm like, you know what? Yes.
Let's see, Pine Snake had another quick question. Do you do things like clothing? Like, well, I'm sure you could design something and then an online like Teespring could put it on a shirt.
I could. I find clothing design a little hard. My husband's way better at it than I am. I have a tendency to do like logos and business cards and like social graphics and things like that. And actually, that's what my job is at this scientific company. I'm not going to say who they are, but oh well. I actually do a lot of their social media stuff. One of my favorite graphics was their 4th of July. What's really interesting for that graphic is I worked with a chemist on it and like asked for advice. And basically my idea was to use, so certain elements burn in a certain color. So I wanted to show that as a firework. And so I worked with a chemist on making it accurate. And I found that really interesting that a real like scientific chemist. It was
that's
awesome.
what I do. I work in a lab every day for an environmental company.
Oh, you do? Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You might know of the company I work for. Vernier Software and Technology.
I know Vernier, yeah.
That's what I work for.
Wow, cool. A little bit of a connection.
Yeah,
we've used some of their stuff before.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the iCaps machines that we have, we've used software of theirs, and also for gas chromatography.
Ooh,
yeah.
I wish I could. No, I'm not going to say anything. Get our catalog, by the way. We're working on it right now, and that's
we have last year's and the year before, I think.
2020 is going to have a new catalog.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm sure my buddy who's the head lab guy, Braulio, he'll probably have it ordered in for sure.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I can't. I really want to tell you something, but it's
another time.
Yeah, another time, right? But I really enjoy working for Vernier. They're just
they're a really good company.
They are. It's just amazing.
Their products are fucking top notch too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I never heard of them before I got the job.
Really? Wow.
I'm not in this. I wasn't really in the science sector or education sector, so it wasn't something that crossed my path. But like my sister is a science teacher, and she knew of them, and she was super excited when I got the job. And then, I actually designed product labels too. So you might.
Very cool.
But yeah, I got to draw a lunar lander.
Nice.
That was really cool. It was for a Scratch game. I don't know if you're familiar with Scratch, but it's like a way to introduce kids to learning how to code, and it's all very modular based. And
very cool.
Yeah, basically the game is try and get the lunar lander to land on this like little red square circle.
Oh shit! I think I've actually played that game.
Yeah, I'm the one that designed the lunar lander and the whole background and all of that. It was really fun. So, but yeah,
There you go, Vernier. You got a free plug on my show today.
All right. Yeah, I love working for them. They're just like, it's like a mom and pop shop, and it's like there's not very many employees, but they truly do make you feel like you're part of a family, which is really freaking cool. And they used to be science teachers too, so
awesome.
Yeah, I think Dave used to be a physics teacher. Don't remember what Christine was, but yeah, it's yeah, very specialized stuff, but yeah, I'm really thrilled that you know them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I still do a little bit on the side. Most of the stuff I try and do is pro bono, so there's not really a conflict of interest.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Not that I'm doing anything that's going to be like taking customers away from Vernier, but I like to be as like on the up and up as possible. But yeah, I used to do
transparency.
Yeah, transparency is important to me. I used to do pro bono work for a women's group that actually kicked me out.
What?
Yeah, it was really not good.
Bizarre. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to do all this free work for you. Great. Get out.
Yeah, I did it for like 3 years, and then I started like doing freelancing for this one company, and they're like,
oh, maybe that's why.
Oh, you're doing work for them, so bye.
Moonlighting.
Like, why does it matter? Oh, well.
Yeah, but I'm not charging you fucking people. So
right? You're getting agency level work, and yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. That's great. Firing me? Excellent. I'll see you guys later.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is this specific women's group is getting super political, but it's like in the wrong way. Like, it's like they're trying to be woke, but it's not working.
Woke. What does that even fucking mean anymore? I don't even know.
I'm
a dumb one.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh. I like myself being.
I just got a message from Eric Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I did. Let's see what he says.
What does Eric have to say?
Kristen told me he wanted me to come over for the after party.
He can if he wants.
Indeed.
I think it'd be fun. I think Jen's there too, and
if you can.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, okay, so I found out he plays Destiny as well, or he did in D1.
Eric?
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. I'm a hunter main. Yeah, people hate me. And I was like, oh, you gotta be a dirty warlock. And he's like, no, I'm actually a Titan. I was like, okay, you're upset.
I'm just replying to him. I told him it'll be a few minutes still in the interview. So
what's that? Oh, yeah.
Maybe so if an Eric Murphy shows up in the chat, guys, it'll actually be the actual Eric.
Real Eric Murphy.
And not the guy that says not the guy from Talk Ethan. Which I think is hilarious.
That's really funny.
I'll just let him, no worries. We're talking about you right now.
Aw, he's a sweetheart. He actually reminds me of my husband quite a bit. It's kind of funny. So, yeah. Number 3.
There we go. I just don't know.
I have such a red face.
Hello, Alias. You're a little late. We're about to bring this one to a close.
Oh, sorry.
But
there he is.
There he is. There's Eric. Hi, Eric. Yeah, we're going to bring this one to a close. I think we've covered everything that you really wanted to cover, right, so. Megan?
Yeah, I think so.
So reminder, guys. Reminder, guys. I have started up a Patreon, so that link is in the description below. The one link I did forget to put, but IQ has put it in the chat a couple of times, I believe, is for my Discord. I also have some great links for anyone who has recently deconverted and requires some help. I've got links to both Recovering from Religion, Secular Therapy, Clergy Project, and Journey Free, I think is the new one of the lady that I interviewed a little while ago, where they do the retreats and they talk about stuff like that. I also have all the links to Megan's stuff down below. If you want to follow her on Twitter, you can. And you can also check out her work. I've got her website down there as well. And I also have, I think I've included my new Patreon link as well. So if you guys do want to become a patron, That'd be awesome. David Worley has the honor of becoming my very first patron.
Awesome. I was the first on Eric's Twitch stream. I was his first tip.
Were you?
I was.
Really?
I donated $6.66.
I love it when people do that. That's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, there we go. IQ has put my Bar and Lounge Discord server there now, and also I think it's so cool that I can now have super chats. That's like fucking awesome, right?
That is awesome.
Because I always donate when I see super chats. Like I'll see Mr. Atheist or whoever's going live and or premiering, and I'm like throwing $5-10 away all the time.
Hi, Eric.
Eric, yeah, I think I've thrown some money at the Talk Heathen show a couple of times.
Yeah, so. I'm a patron of Talk Heathen, so
me too. Me too.
I can't do a whole lot, but yeah, I'm super proud to.
You know what I did? I picked a bunch of people that I very much enjoy, and I went the $5 a month route.
Yep, that's the one I do.
That's what I can afford to do, and I'm up to like $65 I think now. So
I donate to the shows and the people who actually help me along in my deconversion. So Talk Heathen, definitely, and Seth Andrews. I still have to figure out a couple others, but those are the
Andrews
two.
I support as well.
Yeah, those are the ones at the top.
And Jimmy and
I love Mr. Atheist.
And Steven and a bunch of people. I support.
I need to revisit like the ones that I missed when I first started out my Patreons. So, but yeah.
Excuse me. I told you I'd be coffee.
I'm surprised.
This is a month and a week when I'm still carrying these blood symptoms.
Yeah, there it is.
Eric, I heard those guys are assholes. I don't know, Mr. Murphy. I don't know. I've met them both, and they're fucking gold in my books. So
that's funny.
I also remember the first time I called their show, Talk Heathen,
really?
talk about. Well, they had that Hamish guy, and atheists, they've got no morals. And I'm like, fuck you, buddy. Right? So I called up just to talk, because at the time I was attempting, and I was going through all the testing to donate one of my kidneys to save a friend of mine. Because I figured, you're right, he's got 4 kids, a wife, and his mom lives with him.
Okay.
Right? These people would seriously miss him if he died. And I've been a friend of his for a while. So I phoned in and told him about that. And I said, now what do you think, Hamish? Kind of thing, right? Fuck. We're not assholes, and we are altruistic from time to time when we need to be, right? Especially if it comes to saving someone's life, I'm all over it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm a blood donor.
I have a hard time giving blood, but I might look into that a little more, because I recently had to have a couple vials of blood drawn just for doctor, and being older, I'm doing a little more like moving money into buckets so that when I retire, I'm not like destitute.
Building that nest egg.
Yeah.
Eric, don't worry about whoring out your own show. I always encourage it. It's not like people don't know what Talk Heathen is.
Oh, come on, dude. Like, you've helped me along, and this is a deconversion story. So
actually, Eric's got a Twitch now. You guys should all go join his Twitch or follow his Twitch, because
it's super duper fun.
Eric, I've watched that one with you and Ocean like 20 times now, because it just cracks me up every time.
That's a really good one. And yeah, like the offer stands, Eric. If you want to play any like Borderlands 3 or anything, I'm totally game. So I like a lot of video games.
All right, Megan, this is stuff we can do in the after party.
Oh, sure.
Why don't we do that? And I'm going to go take my quick little break, and then I'll come back. Give me about 5 to 8 minutes, and I'll give you a fresh link.
Okay.
Eric, I'll send one your way as well. Anyone else who would like to jump into the after party for a bit, you can. Just let me know through Twitter or Facebook if you're not on Twitter, and I'll send you a link, and you can join us. Remember, though, with Megan and myself in the chat, because we're both the guarantees to be in there. There's only room for 4 more people. Unlike Google Hangouts, when we could have like 150 billion people in the chat, we can only have.
Hard.
We can only do 4 extras. So some of you can come in and just say hello to Megan, and since Mr. Murphy will be there, you can say hello to Mr. Murphy, because I he's got lots of fans.
Yes, he does. It's awesome.
That's right. Eric's got a personal channel too here on YouTube. Him and Jamie, actually. And Actually, that's one thing I'll save for when we're in the after party. I'm going to talk to him about who won that little bet that they had going on, because I can't remember if I knew or not. But anyways, guys, you know what to do. Just send me a message if you'd like to jump in. And as I always say at the end of these things, oh, by the way, Megan, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so fun getting to know you, like on a little bit more face-to-face kind of personal level, right? And that's one of the things I love about these.
Yeah, I had a lot. Oh, this was so much fun. It really brought me out of my shell. So,
good. I'm glad.
Beers helped.
I have that effect on people too, apparently. Cheers. Oh, don't worry. I've got more.
I might have to go get more.
You get a few minutes before I'll send you a link, because I'm going to go out and have a quick cigarette and come back.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
One more nail in the coffin, as they say, so
I
to speak.
Well,
but anyway,
you only live once. YOLO.
Yeah. There you go. I think all of Eric's links.
There they are.
She just dumped them all in.
Oh, you're awesome, girl.
I have the best moderators, man.
Yeah,
I had the best moderators. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This was a really fun one to do, Megan. You call yourself an introvert, and I still think you're lying.
Oh, I have a mask.
Well, keep that mask on, because you're awesome. You have nothing to hide, nothing to be worried about. I could tell by the comments in the comment section that people love you already. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I feel so welcomed in this community. It's been amazing.
Right? It's one of the most amazing things.
Really, am I part of this? And it's like yeah.
When I went to the Faithless Forum for the first time, I mean, I already kind of knew a little bit about people, and I got there and everyone was like, "Holy shit, Neil!" And fucking Shannon Q ran up and gave me a hug, and Paula Gia came up and gave me a big fucking fist bump. And then Eric was there. He was in the middle of playing a game with like bionic dance. I'm like, oh my god, all these people I've watched forever.
Yeah.
And I get to meet everyone, and they liked me, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. We've become friends.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody. Like, yeah, and Rachel and Steven and like just everybody. Like, because it's like I interact with you, but it's all online. It's kind of not personal, but it is sort of. But yeah.
Sure.
You have amazing hair, by the way.
We just thank you. I just had it. Well, I just woke up.
You got your hair did.
I got my hair did. Yeah. I actually took a brush to it. So there you go.
Yeah, I did too.
That's funny thing about Aaron Raw. He's always brushing his hair.
Oh, I can't wait. I want to meet him.
He's one of the coolest fucking dudes ever, man. Yeah. Him and I are like hair brothers. I'm gonna have shirts for him and I when I get down there. Instead of Sons of Anarchy, it's gonna say Sons of Atheism. Yes. And we're gonna walk around with that.
Let me know if you want some help with that.
I think we have a design, but I may want to alter it a little bit so that I go get like fucking copyright slandered. You know what I mean? So we'll talk, Megan. We'll talk. This should be really cool. All right, guys, we're going to jump into an after party in about 8 minutes or so. So look for that. And if you're interested, like I said before, just let me know. Until then, guys, like I always say at the end of these things, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.